Okay, people, I'm back again. We're up to Halloween Havoc now. I've just noticed I haven't finished a few things, but I should have World War Three up for you soon, tomorrow or something. We start things off with the start things off at Halloween Havoc with a Cruiserweight title match. That's Rey Mysterio versus Dean Malenko. Mysterio managed to get the win here. Uh, And yeah, so and then we go on to a TV title match. Booker T versus Rick Steiner. Rick Steiner does not get the win here. Booker T does, and yeah, basically back to good back-to-back opening matches here. Big profile stars. We go into a tag team title match. Kronik, I have getting together here. Have tag team champions. They're taking on the Wolfpac members Scott Steiner and Buff Bagwell. Buff is returning after his neck injury and does not manage to get the win here. He would have had I would have had him have a warm up match beforehand, getting a win over someone a jobber of some description. But yeah, then we go on to our US title match. Vampiro here, coming back after a little bit of an absence on pay per view wise, mind you, and taking on Goldberg. He's the latest one trying to break the streak, but comes up short. Goldberg, wham bam, typical 10-minute Goldberg match. We get onto our big six-man tag here. Wolfpac members Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, and Konnan taking on a new group forming of Barry and Kendall Windham and Curt Hennig with Rick Rude still in his corner. Uh, the Wolfpac get the win here though. Now, I'm probably going to cop a lot of flack for this because the match was such a disaster. Warrior taking on Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Unfortunately, I have no idea of other things I would do, but I would have, if I were hiring the Warrior, the first thing I would do is have him take on Hogan. Uh, but yeah, I would have Hogan get the win here. I would have him get his win back because the story I'm telling is Hogan has been losing match after match and I need him to have his huge win so he can come up back. And besides, I've had him absence in the beginning of the year as well. We're going on our four corners world heavyweight title match. Now we have Bret Hart, Lex Luger, Raven, and Sting. Uh, Raven and Sting would have gotten into this because they say, look, we just want one more match with this guy. Luger saying the same thing. I would have had various number one contenders and not had one guy come up with a definitive win in any way. It would have been a DQ or whatever. But yeah, and I would have Bret manage to get the win here. And we're going on the Nitro afterwards here. Uh, yeah. Uh, and Hogan comes out first thing, and people no, he comes out in with a coat, a big black coat over himself. Uh, and he comes out, drops the coat just before he's about to get in the ring, and you notice he's wearing the red and yellow again. Uh, the music switches partway through to the real American music, and he comes in the ring, says, "I'm done with the Warrior now. I'm going to focus back all my attention on the Wolfpack, and it starts tonight when me and the Stinger take on the Outsiders, brother." And then we go to our now Cruiserweight opening title. Rey Mysterio versus Lizmark Jr. And Mysterio gets the win there. Next thing we know, Ric Flair comes out after the break between those two matches. And he says, "Woo!" Barry Windham, I want one more match with you. You and I are going to tear the house down at World War III. Barry comes out, says, Nate, it'd be an honor to take you on one more time. Then we go to our TV title match. Sorry about that. Booker T taking on Brian Knobbs. Now, in no stretch of the imagination do I think this will be a long match. I guarantee it would probably be less than 10 minutes and Booker would get the win. Alright, next thing. Bret comes out to celebrate his win. He's holding up the belts to the crowd. Says, those three guys last night took me to the limit, but I still managed to get the win because I'm the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Then JJ starts coming towards the ring, and Bret's like, what's going on here? I'm celebrating my win. And he says, well, this morning, Bret, I got a call from Lex. He says he wants one more shot at you, and he's forfeiting his position in World War III to get one more shot at you at World War III. Bret says, whatever. And he adds onto that he's willing. Lex said, whatever match you want, you can have with him. Bret pauses. He's holding the. He says, fine. Him and me, I quit match. Crowd goes nuts. Because I don't think there has been an I quit match in ages. Then we go to our Goldberg match. Goldberg defending the US title against Scott Norton. Now, this is the first time Scott's been seen since the end of the NWO. Scott's managing to get somewhat of a advantage on Goldberg, but this is when sneakily down the aisle, Buff Bagwell comes. Buff distracts Scott. Bam, onto the top rope. Goldberg then hits the spear on Scott. Wham, bam, jackhammer. And Buff's there going. Then you notice there's some activity in the crowd. It's Bam Bam Bigelow. Bam Bam's coming through the crowd, jumps over the railing, knocking out security guys, gets in the ring, and is in a beaten up position, trying to beat up on Goldberg. Goldberg's going nuts back. And you can hear, I'm gonna break your streak, Goldberg. I'm gonna break it. Alright, and then we get to our main event, the Outsiders, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash taking on Hulk Hogan and Sting. Now, I'd have this end in a DQ. Count out, some sort of schmoz happens, whatever. That's how I'd have this end. Then we cut the show. Alright, thanks for listening, people. Really do appreciate it.